Talk 1580. We're celebrating our 4th anniversary, and this track right here is the gift one of our devoted listeners presented to us.
Where you get some information, get a true education to know. Ooh, yeah. 1580.
How cool is that? Having a member of our KBLA delegation write us a song. Stop it! Our listeners love us and there ain't nothing we can do about it. Wouldn't want to. Thanks to Cardell and everybody else for turning on KBLA Talk 1580. We love you right black.
KBLA 1580 Talk Radio. Keep it like me. Ooh, KBLA 1580 Talk Radio. Progressive.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
I think the evidence for that's actually quite clear. There is, by the way, a relationship. This is something I didn't point out before. There is a relationship between wealth and happiness. It's quite well defined in the psychological literature. Now, it's not exactly obvious whether the happiness measures are measures of happiness or whether they're measures of the absence of misery. And my sense is, as a psychometrician who's looked at these scales, that people are more concerned with not being miserable than they are with being happy. Those are all actually separate emotional states mediated by different psychobiological systems. It's a technical point, but it's an important one. There is a relationship between absolute level of income and self-reported lack of misery or happiness. And it's pretty linear until you hit, I would say, something approximating decent working class income. And so what seems to happen is that wealth makes you happy as long as it keeps the bill collectors at bay. Like once you've got to the point where the misery is staved off as much as it can be by the fact that you're not in absolutely economically dire straits, then adding more money to your life has no relationship whatsoever to your well-being. And so it's clear that past a certain minimal point, additional material provision is not sufficient to, let's say, redeem us individually or socially. And it's certainly the case that the radical wealth production that characterizes capitalism might produce a fatal threat to the structure of our social systems and our broader ecosystems. Who knows? I'm not absolutely convinced of that for a variety of reasons. I mean, Zizek pointed out, for example, that there are more forests in Europe now than there were 100 years ago. There's actually more forests in the entire northern hemisphere than there were 100 years ago. And the news on the ecological front is not as dismal as the people who put out the most dismal news would have you think. And there is some possibility. That doesn't mean that there aren't elements of it that are dismal. You know, what we've done to the oceans is definitely something catastrophic, and we definitely have our problems. But it is possible that human ingenuity might solve that. What else? There are inequalities generated by capitalism, a proclivity towards a shallow materialism, the probability of corruption. The thing about that for me is those are catastrophes that are part of the struggle for human existence itself and not something to be laid at the feet of any given socio-political system, especially one that seems to be producing a fair modicum of wealth for the poorest section of the population and raising people up to the point where, you know, their lives aren't unending.
Did you hear the nuance? The nuance in what he said. We hustling, which is a form of surviving, to keep to stave the bill collectors off. Man, I know so many 100 millionaires, billionaire folk, and a lot of them miserable internally. Sure, you never have to think about the Netflix bill ever again. You never have to think about HBO Max or your favorite yogurt, fruit, and granola combo. Say, we got that goat milk yogurt, the goat milk. Yeah. You never have to worry about that when you have money, right? But money and the accumulation of it, the incessant accumulation of it, doesn't always equate to meaning, right? Right? Accumulating the world's finest of everything doesn't always equate to meaning. We're in hour number 2, live on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm the voice of reason, the VOR, Zoe Williams. And this is our new series. It's going to be 4 episodes. We're going to cook all week long. This is episode 1. The series is called the Relationship Hustle Culture Series. How hustle culture impacts our perception on the reality of relationship with ourselves and others. Episode 1, the corporate relator. Are you dating that person where everything is outcome based? Right? What am I getting out of this? What did I sign up for? Do you understand what I'm saying? I keep telling you guys, man, we miss this point and we don't emphasize it enough. Everybody has a relationship blog. Everybody has a relationship talk show. And all they could talk about is their direct experience and how they observe and judge other people based on their direct relationship experience. You got people talking about you can't talk about relationships unless you're married. That's a lie. If you go to school and become a relationship scientist, i.e. a clinical psychologist, a psychiatrist, if you go study relationships, the behaviors, the mindsets, the mental patterns, you do the research, you study the socioeconomic impact, you can talk ad infinitum about relationships. Sorry. Every human being was born into a relationship. The first one with his mama, the next one with his daddy, and the next one with the rest of his family. Then the relationship with society. You got to stop making marriage the Super Bowl of relationship when most people are still afraid to look at themselves and accept themselves as they are. You would go hop the broom, broken and unindividuated, dooming that damn relationship to hell. You would rather keep it a secret like it's a STD. I ain't telling nobody I'm unindividuated. You jump right into it. And you think just because you did it that you won. You didn't win. You ruined another life plus your own. Oh, no, I know y'all don't want to hear it put that way. But the Lord told me to tell y'all the truth this evening. Huh? You want to run out there and just jump a broom? Boy, you got something to sweep inside your soul. Your soul is dusty. You got cobwebs. You got all type of mess in your spirit. But you'll put on a tuxedo, won't you? Huh? Yes, you will. You put that corsage on, won't you, huh? That cummerbund. You'll jump right over that broom. Don't even know how to be psychologically nude. This is what these topics are about. Come on. Capitalism has negatively impacted American society when it comes to intimate relationships. It's a fact. They're teaching it in university. It's a fact. What's one of the negative impacts? Sure, we could talk about the positive impact. Sure, people with money seem to be a little bit happier. No, they're just peaceful because they've been able to keep the bill collectors at bay. But are they happy, content, loving, compassionate? Some, but a lot aren't. But some of the negative aspects of capitalism: it creates transactional relationships. Don't act like that's not a real thing. Broken selves, broken bonds. Branded selves, broken bonds. How capitalism has curated your love life. Identity. Curated identity in dating, capitalism and authenticity, trauma bonding and branding, self-marketing in relationships. A lot of people don't know, man. This is real stuff that's happening in our lives on a daily basis. Swipe culture, soul loss, how algorithmic affection erased the sacred in connection. Dating apps and soul connection and algorithmic intimacy, digital relationships and detachment, swipe culture psychology. This is all happening right now. What are you talking about? You'd rather be married, fail, get a divorce, and say, well, at least I did it to know what it's about. You don't know what it's about. The only time you know what true union and communion is about is when you first integrate your own shadow. That's the first communion. Then, as a whole person, magnetize another whole person into your life, then get married. You could be talking to a single psychologist, not married, not in a relationship with no kids, and they'll lead you back to them damn wounds you've been ignoring. You don't know nothing about marriage. That psychologist will sit your tail down, and if you allow them, will walk you back to that damn wound that keep you breaking up with people. Oh, you cute. You're attractive. You got some money, but you can't seem to hold on to nobody. Oh, because there's a lot of junk in your spirit that's not reconciled. A single psychologist without a man or a woman could walk you back to that damn wound. Oh, no, you don't want to hear it put that way, right? Okay. Trauma survivors often confuse boundaries with defensiveness. Protection becomes preemptive rejection. True boundaries emerge from wholeness, not fear. Hustle culture monetizes spiritual language to preserve dysfunction. Your clinical insights. Clinical studies reveal increased relational conflict when boundaries are performative and not co-regulated. How many of you are married as a trauma-forged avatar? What? What is a trauma-forged avatar? How hustle culture makes us fail in love through false selves. Married and all. You got the ring. I keep telling you, that ring don't mean a damn thing unless you are what it symbolizes. Many people aggrandize the symbol, but they ain't got what the symbol symbolizes. The symbol is like a stop sign. That ring on your finger is like a stop sign. Oh, there it is. Stop. That's what the sign means. It's a symbol to stop. That 360-degree ring around your left hand, that left finger ring, you know what it should say? It should say, this represents, through thick and thin, love unconditionally for myself and my mate. Our wounds are our wounds. Our victories are our victories. Our losses are our losses. Our lessons learned are our lessons learned. See, wait a minute. Hold on. You married a trauma-forged avatar? Yes, you did. You sure damn did. And guess what? Some people stay in them damn relationships for 10, 20, 15 years. And we thought that was a good relationship because they stayed. Some people get the hell up out of those relationships in 90 days. 1 year. What happened? They broke up because you married a trauma-forged avatar. How hustle culture. Sometimes your wife or your husband ain't nothing but some type of jewelry, some type of trophy to be flaunted around. Look how cute she is. Look how gorgeous he is. Look, he got talent. Oh my goodness, the boy can sing, rap, dance, and pop lock. This boy's special. Oh, he got money. But guess what? All of that, you could have all of that and still be empty. And when you find out you married a trauma-forged avatar, and you feel like, hey, guess what? If I leave, I'll have nothing. Ooh. Sometimes it's cheaper to continue to perform. Ooh. Oh, I can't leave this. This is a good life. The trauma-forged avatar. How hustle culture makes us fall in love through false selves. Trauma bonding in modern dating. False self in relationships, relational avatars, curated connection, and trauma. Your philosophical piece is from Alan Watts yet again. He reminds us, trying to define yourself is like trying to bite your own teeth. The curated self is always an illusion. How many of you married an illusion? Huh? How many of you did that? Inner child wounds seek validation through persona creation. Love becomes a trauma reenactment loop. The avatar self is a karmic echo, not the soul expression. Listen, if you're not in relationship that's rooted in the true meaning of who you are not relating. You are reenacting. You are performing. If you're not in a relationship that is rooted in meaning, what is meaning? Do you know the meaning of yourself? Do you know your purpose? Do you, man? Or is that relationship merely a life raft? When I come forward, the voice of reason gonna keep cooking.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah. At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Wonder why they call you. You 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 wonder why they call you. Look here, Miss Stank, hate to salt your game, but you's a money-hungry woman and you need to change. In the locker room, all the homies do is laugh. High fives, cause enough can play your hand. It was said you was easy, even easy, sleeping around for what you need. See, it's your thing and you can shake it how you wanna. Give it up free or make your money on the corner. But don't be bad, play the game, get mad at change. Then you wonder why these motherfuckers call your name. Still looking for a way out, and that's okay. I can see you when the stray is a way out. Keep your mind on your money and roll in school, and as the years pass by, you can show them fools. But you ain't trying to hear me cause you're stuck. You're heading for the bathroom, about to get tossed up. Still looking for a rich man. You dug a ditch, got your legs up trying to get rich. I love you like a sister, but you need to switch, and that's why they called you. I betcha. You wonder why they call you. You wonder why they call you. I betcha. You wonder why they call you. You wonder why they call you.
Starting from their deeply misogynistic past until today, Western culture has very long normalized the hypersexualization of young women and treating them as less than human beings with inherent dignity. It treats them as objects for consumption. You know, studies show that by the age of 8, girls in the West are already internalizing societal messages about their appearance, about how their appearance is their primary source of value in that society. According to a 2021 report by the American Psychological Association, the sexualization of girls in the media, from music videos to advertising, has profound negative psychological effects on those girls, leading to depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, on and on and on. And then, like I said, you've got platforms like OnlyFans. That just further illustrates the point. It's marketed as empowering for women. These platforms are, in reality, digital brothels where economic desperation and societal and cultural grooming converge. You know, a 2022 study found that 50% of content creators on OnlyFans joined due to financial hardship, with many reporting feelings of regret and exploitation despite the promise of financial autonomy. Pornography is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and that plays a central role in the normalization of sexual exploitation in the West. You know, the average age of first exposure to pornography in the West is now just 11 years old. This early exposure skews young people's perception of healthy relationships, and it perpetuates harmful stereotypes about consent and about power dynamics in intimacy. That's your whole culture. The impact of this consumption is profound on your young people. It influences their individual behavior and it influences societal norms. This is already reflective of the fundamentally amoral and immoral society of your culture, of your so-called civilization. That's your whole system. The commodification of women's bodies is not just a cultural issue, it's a cornerstone of an exploitative economic system and of a culture that has never valued women as full human beings, but only as objects for men to use at will. Films, music, and advertising, the advertising industry, marketing, and so forth, they glamorize youth and sexual availability while ridiculing modesty and ridiculing chastity.
Wow. Who is that? Andy? Very powerful work, and it was perfect. Shahid Bolson. It was perfect to follow the Tupac record because he literally talked about it all. Right? Man, I'm here to tell y'all, man, having everything this world has to offer does not give you peace. Right? First, learning to love yourself. Right? Learning to accept and approve of and appreciate and validate and empathize with the truth of who you are. That's step one to having a meaningful relationship with someone. That's step one. Do you see? We skip that step and go right to a person with silent contracts asking them to be our intimacy messiah. Save me from me. Save me, right? From the lack I feel internally. That came from my primary caregiver, early childhood. They didn't give me what I needed, so you do it. And if you give them any semblance of that, codependence. They get addicted to it. Or they push it away because that's the conditioning they may have had. The insecure attachment style may show up. They say, no, I don't want it, but I do want it. But do you see? So we think by conquering the world, we can conquer our wounds. No. We cannot. Right? When I come forward, the Voice of Reason is going to Houston, Texas to talk to my niece. She is the creator of tonight's series. We're going to get her thoughts on all of this when we come forward.
In the skin tight, mini skirt, looking for some love, got the legs wide open while you're sitting at the bar, talking to some big models car. I guess he said he had a Lexus. What's next? You head to his car for some sex. I passed by, can't hold back tears inside, cause Lord knows for years I tried, and all the other people on my block hate your guts. Then you wonder why they stare and call you slut. It's like your mind don't understand. You don't have to kill your dreams, plot schemes on a man. Keep your head up, legs closed, eyes open. Either wear rubber or we die smoking. I'm hearing rumors, so you need to switch. And she wouldn't call you. I bet you.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Colorado coach Deion Sanders says he's cancer-free after battling bladder cancer. Dr. Janik Kukreja led the treatment, which followed a CT scan for another issue.
We performed a full robot-assisted laparoscopic bladder removal and creation of a new bladder, and I am pleased to report that the results from the surgery are that he is cured from the cancer.
57-year-old Sanders will coach the Buffs opener August 29th. Rapper Cardi B is pushing back against an assault lawsuit through her attorney, who says the case was closed years ago due to lack of evidence. The anonymous woman claims Cardi hit her with a microphone during a Vegas show, but police found no grounds for charges. And One Music Fest returns to Atlanta October 25th and 26th for its 16th year, celebrating Black excellence and hip-hop. Co-produced by Live Nation Urban, the fest features Future, Ludacris, Doechii, Mary J. Blige, and more. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Is your concrete cracking? Is your uneven walkway dangerous? Do you need to level that concrete porch or patio? Contact Groundworks, the concrete lifting experts. Riverside, get your free inspection today. Learn more at groundworks.com.
Hey, man. Hey, what's up, What's that station you listening to? Oh, man, you don't know? That's Talk Radio. KBLA, 1580 AM. Check it out. 1580 KBLA AM. Progressive.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're celebrating our 4th anniversary, and this track right here is the gift one of our devoted listeners presented to us.
Where you get some information, get a true education, just to know. Ooh, yeah. 1580.
How cool is that? Having a member of our KBLA delegation write us a song. Stop it! Our listeners love us and there ain't nothing we can do about it. Wouldn't want to. Thanks to Cardell and everybody else for turning on KBLA Talk 1580. We love you right black.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent, and the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
No warrant, no key. 556. You don't have to speak. No 556. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got right.
Hey, we all got right. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
A scrub is a guy that thinks he's fly and is also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his broke ass. So, no, I don't want your number, no. I don't wanna give you mine, and no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere, no. Don't want none of your time, and no, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. He's checking me, but his game is kinda weak, and I know that he cannot approach me, 'cause I'm looking like glass and he's looking like trash. Can't get with a deadbeat ass. So no, I don't want your number, no.
Eric Fromm wrote, "Modern man lives under the illusion that he knows what he wants, while he actually wants what he is supposed to want. They fed you a life script. Get educated, but not too curious. Get employed, but not too passionate. Get married, but not too intimate. Get successful, but not too different. And you followed it. Perfectly. Which is why you feel perfectly empty. The education system taught you to value external validation over internal knowing. The corporate world taught you to value productivity over presence. The consumer culture taught you to value having over being. Layer by layer, the authentic self got buried deeper, until one day you woke up successful, accomplished, surrounded by people, and felt completely alone, because the person everyone loves isn't really you. But here's what's different about your generation's emptiness. It's been weaponized, turned into a business model. Your void is someone's profit margin. They know you feel empty, so they sell you fullness. They know you feel disconnected, so they sell you networks. But they also know you feel meaningless, so they manufacture purpose in convenient packages. But it's all synthetic. Digital connection that increases loneliness. Curated purposes that deepen meaninglessness. Purchased experiences that expand emptiness. You're not just empty. You're empty in a world designed to keep you that way. Because empty people are perfect consumers. Empty people are ideal workers. Empty people don't revolution. They just buy, comply, and die. The algorithms know your psychology better than you do. They can predict your behavior before you choose it. They can trigger your insecurities with surgical precision. Every platform is designed to make you feel inadequate, so you'll keep consuming. The real tragedy? You've been gaslit into believing the emptiness is your fault, that you're ungrateful, that you need more therapy, more healing, more work on yourself. But Krishnamurti saw through this. it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. Your emptiness isn't a personal failing. It's a sane response to an insane world. You feel fake because you're living in a fake system. You feel empty because you're full of things that don't matter. The void isn't the problem. The void is the solution trying to happen. It's the real you trying to break through the performance. Every time you choose fake over real, the void expands. Not as punishment, but as invitation. It's your authentic self creating space, hoping you'll finally listen. The more successful you become at society's game, the emptier you feel. Because success in a false system requires betraying your truth. And every betrayal deepens the divide between who you are and who you perform. Jung understood the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. But you can't become who you truly are while performing who you think you should be. You can't find meaning in meaningless systems. You can't discover purpose in purposeless pursuits. Here's what nobody tells you. The void can't be filled. It's not meant to be. The emptiness isn't a problem to solve. It's a doorway to walk through. Every attempt to fill it from the outside makes it larger, because you're trying to satisfy infinite depth with finite things. You're trying to answer existential questions with material solutions. Rumi knew.
Oh, God! Who in the Sam hell was that? Oh, Lord. In the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Ow! That's all we're talking about tonight. That's all. I keep trying to tell y'all, man, this relationship stuff is serious. And all we got, people on the internet, using spiritual language. I saw a clip today. A young lady sent it to me this morning. It was a sister that actually came from Orange County. She came from Orange County to come to the relationship roundtable that me and comedian Ray Grady held on May 31st of this year. And she sent me a clip, and the lady was saying stuff, in a religious kind of spiritual way, and it was really a word salad. And I meant no disrespect, and I just told her, like, this is not how it works. Like, real work has to be done on the individual from the inside. All this other, fancy talk, and women in there swooning and wooing over this lady, and it was really empty rhetoric with spiritual glaze on it. Right? We got to stop trying to escape the work. The partner isn't the escape. The partner, as the clip said, is the invitation. Right? We got Attila from Houston, Texas on the line. Attila, what are your thoughts on tonight's
not much. I'm just listening.
Oh, come on. You help orchestrate this mother of all bombs topic. This is the Moab topic. Come on. Talk to us now.
Yes, it is my brainchild. This is true. Well, so let me just say, I think one of the things that is crucial to this is the trade-off when it comes to the corporate relator, right? Because they basically are negotiating their authenticity for fiat currency. Some people would just call that work. They go to work, they do it every day, right? But this includes their relationships. And to me, when you think about the corporate relator, relationships are really just prime real estate that they can also bargain for.
Say more. Keep going, child. Say more now.
I mean, essentially, I think that, it's kind of like Sinners, right? Where it shows you that dichotomy that everything has a price. There's always a certain bargain. And I think people not only take that information and use it as an advantage in corporate spaces, but they take this and they use it in relationships. And so it makes sense why we would do this, because the other side of the game is the spiritual side, and that work is a lot harder. It's a lot more painful. So if I can forego that and still get the image of being in a functional relationship, then why wouldn't I? You mentioned earlier about people making comments about, because I even saw somebody in the chat made a comment like, well, my question is, how you going to give relationship advice if you've never even been able to do it yourself? And I'm like, how many times have you watched a basketball game, a football game of a coach, for a team that's coached by somebody who's maybe never played the sport and nobody bats an eye? Ooh. And they win the championship and it's great, right?
You mean like Bruce Pearl, Eric Spoelstra? These are people that have never played the game, but coaching to championships. Keep going.
I don't know nothing about that. And I'm just saying all that to say that it's funny how we get very critical. We take a critical eye to advice and words of knowledge and wisdom that are given to us when it is painful. All of a sudden, we're very critical and critiquing. And had you use that same critique in your process of finding a mate, maybe you'd be in a better position. No shade. But I just say all that to say, another key component of this corporate relator is that you're separating your connection to yourself, i.e. the divine, right? Because again, this is a trade-off. And so when that clip is talking about being empty, I think about it. If I've never been fulfilled, if I've never felt loved or felt, just in a place of peace, then I really don't even know what that is. So to be honest, maybe it's not so much that even people are buying into something as much as it is they're just transitioning to the next level. They've had a childhood full of abuse, full of neglect, full of this, full of whatever. So maybe they've never really just actually bought into love. They don't really know what authentic love is because they don't know what authentic self-expression is. And so that corporate relationship fits well with them because at the end of the day, that is their norm. Wow. It's just a thought.
Wow. Come on. Hey, Attila.
Yeah.
Guess what you just did, child?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building. They on the board. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. You already know what it is. The VOR, Zoe Williams, Voice of Reason, KBLA Talk 1580. You already know what we do. When we come forward, guess who we talking to? Cali Soul from Denver, Colorado. Let's get it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and puff.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Je t'adore, Jay-Z.
So I love you. I love all y'all. For real.
I love girls. I do adore.
What is the right relationship to money? If you haven't any, you have no relationship. Like the speaker, it's very simple. But to be serious, what is right relationship to money? Why has money become so important? Just let's inquire into it. We are not Delphic oracle or laying down the law or telling what you should think.
I wish we could have played Murty earlier. My goodness. Because, you know, he was about to cut all the way up. But we got one of our favorites on the line, Callie Soul from Denver, Colorado. Callie, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Oh, I love tonight's topic. My only thing, though, I think you should play all them Disney love songs for your playlist.
The Disney love songs. No.
Oh, yeah. They lied to us. I think it would have got on people's nerves, but they would have got it with the Disney love
If we'd have put on the Disney fire, come on.
Oh, yeah. Whole New World, all that foolishness. Beauty and the Beast. Like, they were all stories of women that, you know, were lower class, that aspired to be with a man that was of higher class and, you know, do whatever they had to do to endure whatever they had to endure, you know, to get to that castle on top of the hill. You think about this situation with Cassie and Diddy, like that was one of the things she said, like, well, who else was I supposed to choose? Jay-Z was taken. Well, why you want a man like that?
Wait, she said that?
Because she did.
Those were her words. Jay-Z was taken.
Yeah, one of her best friends. That was what she like. That was a part of her testimony. You know,
in the name of green eggs and ham. What in the
world?
world?
She wanted that lifestyle. She was willing to do whatever she had to do to get that lifestyle until she wasn't no more. Right? But you remember back in the day, the seasoned folks would say, oh, they want my glory, but they don't know my story.
Ooh, come on, seasoned folks. Come on, these ain't salt and pepper chefs. Come on, seasoned folks. I like that. Go ahead.
folks. Or they would talk about, oh, yeah, they trying to keep up with the Joneses. And what I always drew from that was like, yeah, the journey is all the in-between. And that's the work.
Yeah.
The journey is the work is the journey. So like fast forward to today, we throwing everything in the microwave. We look at the way social media pans out, even our entertainment. They're not necessarily trying to show the in-between in the journey.
Right.
They're like, oh, no, this is what the finished product looks like.
Right.
And then here we come, oh, yeah, relationship goals. And it's like, you better get that work. That is a power couple. Being able to move through the journey, be able to sit and meditate and pray and build. Build that way. That's a power couple. But, a lot of people think that love is something that's material.
I love it. I love it. I love it, and I love you. Guess what you just did?
About Denver in the building.
You already know. Denver, Colorado in the house. A true power partner won't let you continue to pretend to be content. A true power partner is going to help you walk to the truth you've been trying to run from. Man, Cali Soul, listen, I got questions. If I stopped striving to earn love, would I recognize the difference between who I perform as and who I am? Could my pursuit of success obscure my capacity for intimacy more than my fear of vulnerability? Might my worth in relationship feel conditional only because I internalize the metrics of productivity and acquisition? How do I notice when my nervous system confuses being needed with being loved? Does the structure of my relationships mirror the workplace hierarchy I claim to rebel against? In what ways might my attachments resemble investments portfolios, diversified, strategic, and disembodied? Could the rush of new love feel indistinguishable from dopamine-fueled consumer euphoria? If I abandoned the identity that others value, who or what remains to be loved? Might the self I market be a trauma-adapted response to capitalism disguised as charisma? Listen, I just asked the tough questions. This is a Socratic process. I want you to think about it. Who are you? More importantly, why are you? Listen, I start the conversations. It's really up to you to finish them. I'm the VOR. This is episode 1. We'll be back tomorrow with episode 2. Stay tuned. The fire will continue.
And to get with me, you better be cheap, lots of dough. Now that's Spanish chick, French chick, Indian and black. That's fried chicken, curry chicken, damn I'm getting fat. Arroz con pollo, French fries and crepe. An appetite for destruction, but I scrape the plate. I love girls I Yo, put your number on this paper, cause I would love to date you. Holla at you when I come on tour.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. 11 people are recovering after they were stabbed at random at a Traverse City, Michigan Walmart store on Saturday. A black man, Derek Perry, held the man at gunpoint until police arrived.
Multiple citizens, including one who was armed with a pistol, were confronting the male suspect in the parking lot, preventing him from harming further people.
Grand Traverse County Sheriff Michael Shea says wife 42-year-old